I believe everyone has greatness in them. As a personal trainer, it's my goal to get people to push themselves and to see the greatness in them that I see. And some people have stories so great, so incredible, I felt the need to share them with the world. Join me as I sit down and talk with some of the people who define greatness in our generation. This is the Junior Wakefield Show. Hello and welcome back to the Junior Wakefield Show. I'm Junior Wakefield. I'm glad you were able to sit and listen and watch in. So I have a question for everybody. Has there ever been a time that you've wanted to travel someplace, you've wanted to, or a place that you think about or you dream about, and then sometimes you'd really want to go live there? And then you kind of wonder, well, because of your schedule or because of your daily life, you're not able to make it. Well, my guest today is a world traveler, a person who's had the opportunity to go visit over 12 different countries, to actually live in a couple of them or spend some time in a couple of them, and which is really kind of great. So I have Kacie Elkins here. Kacie and I have known each other for a number of years. As I said, she's a world traveler. And so, Kelsey, welcome to the Junior Wakefield Show. How are you doing?
Doing great. How are
Good.
you?
I'm doing good. Good. First question. Kacie, how old are you?
28.
You're 28 years old. Now, I said a world traveler. So that means you've traveled all throughout the world. How did that happen?
Well, it started in college. I spent my last semester of school in Germany. I was supposed to stay 6 months, and I stayed 2 years. So a little bit longer than expected. But when I arrived, I had no idea, anything about German. I knew no words. I did not know a single person in Europe. And I went and just jumped right into it. And it was amazing. I think it's the best thing I've ever done.
So you did that in college, right? You said college?
Yeah.
So how did you become a world traveler after college?
Yeah. Great question. So while I was there, I met people from all over the world, places I didn't even know existed on the map. And I realized very quickly that I know absolutely nothing and that there's a lot to learn and a lot of questions to ask. And I learned to listen to those people and their stories about where they were from and get curious about it. And that sparked something inside of me to just see what's out there. I spent 2 years there. I was able to travel in Western Europe a little bit, see some beautiful places. And then I came back here and I met you. I spent some more time with my family in the US and in Texas. And but that fire never went away. So I was able to get a working holiday visa, which is something that anyone under the age of 31 can do, and live in Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Down under.
That's it. And
Wow.
the spiders are as big as they say.
The spiders
Just to
are
let
there you
Yeah,
go.
they are
Now,
massive.
Australia's one country that you're able to live in.
Mhm.
Where else have you been? Or just name 5 countries that you've been in.
So traveled in spurts. Before I went to Australia, I spent a few weeks in Japan and a few weeks in the Philippines. And then last year, I was very lucky to be able to travel 4 months of the year. And I got it in, before COVID happened. So I was very happy about that. And I was able to go to India, Thailand, Singapore, and Vietnam last year.
Wow.
And saw some amazing things.
Now, what has been your favorite place that you've been to?
Favorite place, it would be favorite and the scariest place I think I've ever been is probably India. It's an animal. You can get spat on and smiled at in the same sentence, like
Oh, wow.
all at the same time. It's amazing. It's loud and it's chaotic and it's dirty and the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Yeah.
Wow.
It was incredible.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Now, being a world traveler, you've seen many things, you've met many different people. What's the most interesting people that you met besides India? You've developed friendships throughout the countries and so forth. Any friendships still lasting today?
Yeah, I've got quite a few. I think that's the best thing about traveling is the people that you meet, whether it's for a day or for a month or for a year. You can form friendships that last a lifetime. And I met someone in the Philippines who's from Lebanon. Her name is Laura, and I'm sure she'll see this. And she jumped into a taxi. We were on an island called Bohol. And she jumped in a taxi and she proceeded to plan the next week of our trips together. And we didn't know each other. We're two females traveling by ourselves. We spent the next 2 weeks together with her and some of her friends, and we met up in Barcelona just last October. So it was 3 years ago. We stayed in contact. We met up a little bit later. You make friendships that last a lifetime, that you can see people all over the world with. And I talk to people that I've met everywhere. So I've been very very lucky.
Any plans? Where's the next trip or next place you'd like to go to?
Um, I would say that right now I'm trying to stick in my own backyard.
So you're going to stay
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Yeah. So I'm planning a trip to Oregon with my partner. Go to the wine country up there,
Oh, awesome.
and there's some national parks here that are the most beautiful in the world. So yeah, there's a lot to see in the U.S. and I've been a lot of places, but there's a lot of places at home that I'd like to see as well.
That's great. Now, under your title, it has world traveler and it also has author. And I have this book in front of me, and it says A Brighter Day, a collection of short stories by Kacie Elkins. Now, you have a book. You are a published author. Tell me a little bit about the book.
So a brighter day. This is a story, or it's a collection of short stories about LGBTQ people. I came out when I was 18, and this is the book that I wish I had had when I came out. We talked a little bit about traveling a second ago,
Mm-hmm.
and the courage to be able to go do that, to go put myself in uncomfortable situations and places where I don't know the language and I don't know anyone in that country or even on that continent. I think that really came from the courage to come out and the courage to be myself in spite of a world that isn't always okay with that. And that's translated into my travels. And this is the book that I wish I'd had at the beginning when I was coming out, because it was very hard. And so this book attempts to put someone in the life of someone different than themselves. So 12 individual fictional characters, a day or a moment that's insignificant to them, and explore what it's like to walk in someone's shoes that's different than you.
So, is it fictional or did you just change the names?
So they are fictional characters. Some of them are based on real life stories, but a lot of these stories are universal.
Mm-hmm.
There's a story in there that's loosely based off my coming out and the day I did come out to my parents. And I've had people that read that and identified with, that's my story. That's what happened to me. So these stories are fictional, but there's always someone that can relate to these all over the world. And I'm very excited about it. It's something I'm the most proud that I've done. And it's been a big honor.
Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Now, so the stories and the things that you've experienced throughout life, especially with your travels, and you decided to put it down on paper, you decided to put it in a book. Where did most of your inspiration come from?
People. People are the best inspiration there is. There's such a diverse group of people, and especially in this category, in the LGBTQ world, people go through enormous struggle, and people overcome so many things, and the strength that comes from that can be inspiring to all kinds of people and in any walk of life. The inspiration came from not wanting someone to go through what I went through, of giving someone a connection to someone maybe outside of their family or their country or their religion, to say that someone thinks differently than you, and that's okay, but maybe we can learn to walk together and be more alike than we are different.
Now, you said that you didn't want people to go through experiences that you went through.
Mm.
Can you touch on that a little bit? So, what was it like when you came out to your parents and you had all these emotions and feelings and thoughts? What was their response?
Yeah, so that story in this book, if anyone does choose to read it, is chapter 6, I believe. It's under the name Sarah. When I came out to my parents, it's been almost 10 years since I did that. The coming out process was very difficult. I told them that I was dating someone, that I was in love with someone, and their response was not great. They came out and said that was something that they could not support and did not want to be a part of. And my retaliation of that was, well, then you don't get to be a part of my life. And that was very shocking. It was very hard to do. It was something I didn't expect to happen. But that was a while ago. And I will say that I'm very proud that we've come a long way since then. It took about 5 years of a lot of hard conversations, a lot of both of us, or my parents and myself, looking inside of ourselves, having really hard conversations to get to a point where we're really great now. And that isn't how it always ends up. To be yourself sometimes means you will lose people, and that's okay. And if you ever lose someone because of who you are, then that is a reflection on them and not you. and the courage to be yourself carries over into all parts of your life. And it has with my family. I'm very, very lucky that they're very supportive of me now. They know and love my current partner. And my dad broke down and told me a few years ago that my coming out was the best thing that ever happened to him, that it made him stronger, it made our family stronger, and that struggle we overcame together um, has made everyone in our family and in our friends and better people. And I think that's what the courage to be yourself can do.
Now, have you or are you becoming a voice for the gay community?
I think that it's almost a duty to tell your story. Um, like I said, to make sure that this doesn't happen more often. When you put a name or a face or a story to a person, it makes it harder to discriminate. It makes it harder to hate. So if me coming out every day of my life and saying this is who I am and this is who I love, and you don't have to be afraid to be who you are. If it helps one person, then that's absolutely what I'm here to do.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Now, you have a fan and some support here, which we're not going to go. We'll say the name, but she don't want to be on camera. But who came to support you today?
My friend Ashley. We actually work with Ashley. Ashley's wonderful. I haven't become close with someone that quickly in a really long time. You know, when energies collide, sometimes it's just great. She's a wonderful friend and a great support, and I think it's a great example that sometimes family isn't the people you grow up with. Sometimes you get to choose your family later in life and bring people into your family and make it bigger. And she definitely has become part of that for me, and I'm really grateful she came to support me today.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Well, Ashley, thank you for coming out and supporting Kacie. We appreciate it. Now, what's next? I mean, do you have another book coming? Do you have more travels coming? What's next for you?
Oh, I don't think there's ever an end to it. I did one of those online surveys. You type in all the countries that you've been to, and I think I've seen 12% of the world. So there is so much more to go,
Most definitely.
and I'll never stop searching for people that are different than me, and food that just melts your face off. It's so good, and sunrises that take your breath away. I don't think there's ever an end to those things. And writing is something that I love. And there's always another book around the corner.
Have you already started on the next book?
I have. Yeah, it's a bit different than this. It's a historical fiction, and I'm excited about it. Hopefully by the end of the year,
Okay.
get that out.
So this quick plug, where can a person get A Brighter Day from?
Available on Amazon. A Brighter Day, Kacie Elkins. It's $9.99 on Amazon. I'm also available on Facebook, Kacie Elkins, author, and anyone's free to reach out to me. Anyone that's struggling or just needs someone to talk to or has any questions about this subject, I'm here to help and be myself and try to do what I can. So
Oh my goodness, that is awesome. So a world traveler, you're an author, you're an incredible person. You're becoming a leader and a mentor for many individuals that I don't know if you knew that this was where your life was going to take you. And to see the progress that you've made throughout the years from the time that I've known you is just incredible. So, A Brighter Day by Kacie Elkins is awesome. Now, we talked before we got started on the air, and I told you there was something that I wanted to say. On the back page, you said, gay can be only one most empowering and sometimes difficult words in the English language. What does that mean?
it's very true. It goes on the back to say that for some, speaking up and being gay changes everything. To wake up one day and realize that you're not what you were prescribed socially, that your gender or your sexual orientation is not what you were raised to believe it was. It's a huge shift in your life, in your future, and the choice that comes after that. That's what this book is about. It's the decisions that we make and how our life changes when this realization comes into the picture. And this is 12 individual stories of people that live this life in different ways. And it can be a very empowering word. And I hope that people find power in it instead of hate or instead of self-hate, which happens quite a bit.
Okay. Now, I said, what is one question that you wish I would have asked you that nobody ever would have thought about, what did you think about it? What would it be?
I did, and the answer is what I've learned. 28 years is not a long time to be here, and I've had amazing opportunities to do some great things, to see some amazing places, and what I've learned during that process. And I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that we are all so much more alike than we are different. That human beings are the same. We all want the same thing. People want a better life for their kids. They want clean drinking water. They want to learn how to read. And everything that comes after that is a privilege, and it's an honor. And the connectivity we can find in just those small things, and listening to other people, it makes all the difference. And I've learned just to listen. I guess that would be the one word
Wow.
answer.
Now that's powerful too, is listening.
Hmm.
That's powerful more than anything else. Well, Kacie, thank you very much. As I said, it was an honor and a privilege to be able to
Absolutely.
have you here. I'm glad you're here. We'll have all the edited stuff out. I know Ashley's taking some pictures of you. You posted it on Facebook, so which is incredible. I want to thank Kacie for coming to and being a guest on the Junior Wakefield Show, which is pretty awesome. I'm excited. Of course, I always got to thank Jeff Curley and Sarah Curley and the staff here at Real News PR. Thank Kacie for coming out. I'm just saying that you'll hear that in other shows. But I always got to thank God because I gave me another opportunity to be alive, another opportunity to have another story, to have another platform to be able to share, not just with Kacie here, but with anybody who pays attention or that listens. And so, Kacie, thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Ashley, for being here. And thank you guys for watching this segment of the Junior Wakefield Show. And next week, we got a special guest. We have Patricia Dixon. So she will be here. She's lost 80 pounds and she's going to tell us her story. So thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.